How's it going? It's all the news all the time. And today there's been some interesting news coming out in the Telegraph newspaper, which is sort of a broadsheet newspaper in the UK, quite a well-respected newspaper. It's a little story about Kate Moss. As you know, she was testifying in the Johnny Depp trial. We'll have a look at that in a second. But she's saying, Kate Moss, I know the truth about Johnny Depp, and I had to speak out, she says. The model spoke to Lauren Laverne on BBC's Desert Island Discs, which is a radio programme which invites various people to come on and talk about the music they would take to a desert island if they were going to be stuck there forever. And really it's just a chance to talk to the guests and explore what they think and how they feel through this sort of vehicle of asking about musical sort of taste. So that's what that is. And it's about testifying for her ex-boyfriend during his lawsuit against Amber Heard. So this came out today on the 24th of July, and there she is. Kate Moss. She's now 48, and supermodel Kate Moss defended her decision to support Johnny Depp in his libel trial against ex-wife Amber Heard, saying she had to say the truth about the actor. It's a bit of a weird phrase, that one, say the truth, speak my truth. I'm not sure if you can speak your truth or my truth. Doesn't that become subjective rather than objective if it's your truth? But anyway, going off topic a bit there. Moss, 48, there she is, testified to the Virginia courtroom in May via video link from Gloucestershire, refuting one of the accusations against Depp, who she was in a relationship with from 1994 to 1998. Let's have a little look at that testimony, and then we'll sort of carry on.
What, if anything, happened when you were in Jamaica with Mr. Depp?
We were leaving the room, and Johnny left the room before I did, and there had been a rainstorm, and as I left the room, I slid down the stairs, and I hurt my back.
How did you...
And
I apologize, Ms. Moss. Please continue.
And I screamed because I was because I didn't know what had happened to me, and I was in pain, and he came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
No.
During the course of your relationship, did he ever push you down any stairs?
No, he never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs.
Thank you, Ms. Moss. We have nothing further at this time. We greatly appreciate your taking the time to testify.
All right. Any cross-examination?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You're free to go. Thank you, Ms. Moss.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, there you go. So that's what she had to say about it. And she was speaking to Lauren Laverne on the BBC's Desert Island Discs. She said, I know the truth about Johnny. I know he never kicked me down the stairs. I had to say that truth. So in the 2-minute long evidence we've just seen, she told the jury that allegations surfaced by Ms. Heard that Mr. Depp had pushed her down the stairs at the Golden Eye Resort in Jamaica were false, and he had in fact tried to help her. I'm wondering if this Golden Eye is related to the film, 007 film, James Bond film Golden Eye. Jamaica's quite a well-known place for locations for James Bond films. Ian Fleming wrote quite a lot of the books in Jamaica, which relate to the 007 series. So maybe I'm off topic, maybe I don't know. If you are from Jamaica, let me know, that'd be great. And so she was saying we were leaving the room, and Johnny left the room before I did, and there had been a rainstorm, she told the court. As I left the room, I slid down the stairs and I hurt my back. Oh, I've done that as well. It hurts so much. And I screamed because I didn't know what had happened to me. Yeah, she probably slipped with her leg going forward, and then she falls back on the stairs, and oh, that hurts so much. I did that on a ship once. I was working on this tall ship, like a wooden tall ship with 3 masts, and it was all raining, and I was going down to the lower deck, and there was rain on it from the hatch, and I slipped and slammed my back on this stairs. I had to lie down for like 3 hours, I think it was. I was just lying there thinking this is not good. But eventually it was all right. It just seriously hurt. But yeah, so that's what happened to her. Mr. Depp came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention. It's a weird phrase for British people to say, got me medical attention. I mean, I don't think I've ever said it that way. But it might just be her. But it seems a bit strange to me. But anyway, during the interview, she also defended the Spanish fashion designer John Galliano. Oh yeah, he was saying some really weird stuff. And Moss said, I believe in truth, I believe in fairness and justice. I know that John Galliano is not a bad person, he has an alcohol problem, and people turn. Well, yeah, I don't really know what actually happened with that one, that situation. But she's had interesting issues in her life as well, as you can imagine. She started modelling at the age of 15, and she was in an industry where being naked or semi-naked is almost par for the course. It's quite normal. And so a photographer's telling her to take her bra off. She felt something was wrong, and so she ran. Very, very wise, to be honest. But that industry is very... it sexualises women at a very early age. So it's very scary and sketchy place to be if you're 16 years old. So, and it's all about being topless, it seems. She said, I don't want to take my top off. I was really, really self-conscious about my body. And Corrine Day, this photographer, said, if you don't take your top off, I'm not going to book you for Elle magazine. And then she would cry. So yeah, it just feels like this whole sort of manipulation of young girls and sexualization of them. It's a bit, it's a very, very shady sort of industry. So this is the previous story, which was Kate Moss is going to testify in the defamation case. Thought we'd have a little look, not go through it in detail, but just have a look at what was said. There she is with this guy. I don't know who this guy is. Oh yes, Johnny Depp, there he is. And he's got his new tattoo. This is Spanish, or is it Russian painter? And this is a tattoo from his mother. And there you go, which is quite interesting. And I was looking at how they got together in the 90s. So this is Kate Moss back in the 90s, because she was the face of modelling in the 90s, 92, 94, 96. So the mid-90s, there were a few more iconic couples than Kate Moss and Johnny Depp. Exactly so. And even fewer possessed more mystery. They did give some interviews, but this was a time before this endless, tedious Instagram posts and opinions on Twitter and tweeting about all sorts of gibberish and taking photos of your food. But aside from occasional magazine articles and television appearances, most of celebrities lived their lives as individuals quite privately and quite heavily shrouded, it's saying. She was enormously famous back in the 90s. There she is on Big Breakfast TV in the UK. She was a 20 years old, fully fledged supermodel with a debut on the front cover of the Face magazine in 1990, aged just 15. So this, from the age of 15, she just blew up and became this international supermodel. If we have a look at some of her stuff from Vogue magazine, going back to the 90s, that's what she looked like back in the 90s. But it was characterised by being incredibly thin, really thin. There she is with Johnny Depp. There she is with Naomi Campbell. These seem to be a pair. Every single fashion show, every single party, every London soiree, it was Kate Moss and Naomi Campbell. There she is, nice. I like that jacket. I do like motorbike jackets, they're nice. There she is with Tommy Hilfiger. No, Calvin Klein, my apologies. There's Calvin Klein. And there she is looking fresh-faced. And she's at the Fashion Designers of America Award in the Lincoln Center in New York, 1994. Here she is looking very happy, but gotta say very thin, in Fashion Designers of America Gala. There she is, Naomi Campbell. My God, can you walk outside with that dress? Not without getting arrested. Okay. And yeah, and there she is with Johnny Depp. He's got a fringe going on. Love the tie. She's in her black ensemble. And this is pre-tattoo days. And there she's looking very young there. Not sure when that is, but that's very young. There she is with Linda Evangelista. That's Allure magazine in '94. Do you want me to seduce you? Well, to be honest, yes. There she is with Naomi. Love this. Looks like Vivienne Westwood. London Fashion Week. Could be, not sure. And there she is again. 1990s. There's Johnny. She's looking very sleek in this outfit. Who have we got here? Oh, that's Tommy Hilfiger. There you go. And going with these wide cocktail glasses. There's Johnny. He's not sure how he wears sunglasses. Close, but not quite. And looking very sharp. That's looking really nice. She's about to shoot someone. Very unfortunate. And there we go. She's Dave. This says she's Dave Bennett, which I doubt somewhat. And here we got Alexander McQueen in a Fila shell suit. Can't quite believe it. And he's got a bucket hat. I mean, is he trying to rock Manchester? What is he trying to look there? I don't know. It was at the Pharmacy Club. Oh yeah, it is. That's in Manchester. It says London though. I'm getting confused. There she is, and there's a giant hat. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's Johnny, looking very chic. That's nice. That's good as well. I like this jacket. I thought it was John Lennon for a second. No, that is Anthony Langdon. So there you go. Gwyneth Paltrow. And that is Liv Tyler. I was looking at the sort of history of Kate Moss and the sort of influences that came up around her. So she was responsible, or she was drawn into, or she became the face of this heroin chic movement. This sort of idea that models had to be literally stick thin and on the edge of, dying, and they had to be desperately thin. I never understood it myself. I mean, are you selling clothes to women like that and saying you too can look like this? She looks on the edge of death. She really does. I mean, and this girl, do you want to buy this top? You too, you can look like you've been a Russian prostitute for 5 years. It's not a look that's in any way attractive to men, as far as I can tell. It just isn't. I'm a guy, and this looks just worrying, and not in a sexy way at all. Not at all. No. God. It's all this hanging around in sort of messed up places, looking messed up vibe going on. Men wouldn't look at me when I was skinny. So you started taking heroin? I mean, what's the story here? Right, so this heroin chic came in, the dark side of fashion. I was reading some stuff about it saying it's like 5 years of being a Russian prostitute. Made me laugh, but not really. So this is more about her recent dating. She was dating Jefferson Hack. There he is. Interestingly, well, to me, I went to school with Jefferson Hack, actually. I knew him quite well. So I was quite surprised when he went out with Kate Moss, as you would be. If you're knocking around with a school friend and he says, hey, you know who I'm going out? I'm going with that, Kate Moss. I'm like, no. He's like, yeah. I was like, wow. So, yeah, Kate Moss, she became notorious, or the face of cocaine in the UK. There was a sort of resurgence of cocaine taking amongst the middle class in London. People buying cocaine sort of easily by phone, having it delivered to them. It became a party drug. You didn't have to go down some dark alley. You didn't have to know some sketchy people. All you had to do was make a phone call, and some guy would turn up at your door and give you the stuff, and you're quite happy, and you can go back to your middle class friends with your red wine and grapes and cheese and wine parties. And everyone was doing it back in the 90s, but she became the face of this, I think because she had some in her pocket and it fell out. I'm not sure, but it was. She became known quite widely for this cocaine sort of world of middle class, affluent Londoners taking loads of cocaine, and she's annoyed by that sort of image of her and being seen as that sort of face of something. But then it's difficult to blame people when the next boyfriend she has is this guy, Pete Doherty, Glastonbury Festival in 2005. I mean, he was such a mess, this guy. Absolute mess. On heroin, on crack, on all sorts of things. Let's have a little look at this guy. That's what he looks like now. I mean, he was totally messed up. He spent 2 decades on cocaine and amphetamines, constantly messed up on stuff. He says he's quite clean now, or sort of nearly clean. How much you believe stuff, I don't know. But he was battling a 200-pound a day drug habit in the noughties. So it's, you get tarred with the same brush. I think there's that expression, if you hang around with these people, you get sort of blamed for being in the same sort of world. So he was on heroin and crack, and he was kicked out of the Libertines after burgling his bandmate's house. Jesus, man. Yeah, not great. And then he was going out with Amy Winehouse, and the two of them was not a great mix either. There he is with Amy Winehouse. So you got this guy who's on heroin and crack. She's got no sort of self-control. The whole thing goes out of control, and people die. So, yeah, really, really not good to be involved with that world of stuff. Moving on, this is what Kate was involved with in the 90s. This is what she was. She was the face of Vogue, basically, in the whole 90s. She was on Vogue so many times. Perhaps not her, but on the cover of so many magazines, from Vogue to Bazaar, to to Obsession, everything. So Obsession with Calvin Klein, every single major fashion magazine, Kate Moss was on it. And she knew all the people, and they all knew her. So, very interesting world. But it's a dark world where you can get easily messed up. And if you mix in that world, you can get tarred with the same brush. I mean, Jefferson's really nice. He ran a magazine called ID Magazine. He's really rational and sensible, and he's he's nice. But, so Kate Moss talking about Johnny Depp and saying she has to tell the truth about what actually happened. But, yeah. So let me know what you think in the comments, and give me your thoughts and opinions on this. And, leave a like and a subscribe. And I will catch you guys later.